Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Valerie Leonard. I am the founder of Nonprofit Utopia. We are an organization that works with people who want to start, manage, and grow nonprofits. And today's episode is really an outgrowth of that work, not necessarily our work, but it's consistent with our mission to train the next generation of ethical nonprofit leaders. I'm here today with Matt Hugg. He is the founder of Nonprofit.Courses, but he's also working with the Nonprofit Impact Summits Gather for Growth. And the focus is going to be fundraising, marketing, and more. And he's here to give us a behind the scenes look, help us to really understand what it is that we can expect. But before we do that, right, we want to get a feel for Matt Hugg. Some of you may have met him a while ago when he was a guest. He was here representing Nonprofit.Courses. He has expanded his role. He's a partner in this wonderful summit that's coming up. And I thank you for inviting me to participate as well. Thank you for coming to explain to us what it's all about. So before we get started, Matt, can you give us a little bit of information about yourself, where you're from, how you got started with Nonprofit.Courses?
Well, gosh, there's nothing small there, right? Let's see, where I started longer ago than I like to admit. My guy goes for any of us.
You're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here, still kicking. Real quick background, charitable gift fundraising. Interesting you said, and I think it's super that you talked about ethical nonprofits. Because actually I got a master's degree at St. Mary's University in Winona, Minnesota. And it all started based on ethical work in nonprofits. That was kind of their point
We need to
in doing that. So I shout out to my friends at St. Mary's. After quite a while raising money for nonprofits, largely universities, but others. Started in 2005, doing my own consulting, and as people do, you network. And I happened to really be blessed with connecting to a local university here, Eastern University, and starting to teach fundraising in a nonprofit management program. And what I did was pull together, among other things, videos, YouTube videos on things in fundraising. So how you do plan giving. Here's the video. I was finding too many videos.
Oh, wow.
So too many good ones. And I decided, went on GoDaddy and .courses was a new top level domain. Nonprofit wasn't taken. Let's see what we can do with this. And here we are, more than 10,000 videos later, in all sorts of topics for nonprofits, not just fundraising. In fact, funny, I always get a kick out of this, that the most watched videos are in accounting.
Really? Oh my goodness.
And that's because I always say, it's because people don't want to go to jail. But no, we have really high quality, good content. And by the way, nearly all of it is free. So some people want to sell their stuff, and that's fine. That helps support the site. You get affiliate fee on that, plus some advertising supports the site. But no, everything pretty much, with exception of those, is open access and free. So you just click through, you find the subject, you see the videos, you find that it'll take you to the page, and boom, you are watching the video. You don't have to sign up for anything.
Oh, that is excellent.
I'd like you to please sign up for the newsletter, because every Monday we put out, if you're doing a live event of some sort, like a webinar, Valerie, you can post it on the website, and we put out an email saying, hey, here are the live events coming up this week. But that's kind of where we are.
Give me the URL. I can post that now.
Oh, well, for actually the live events is nonprofit. I think I'm going to check it. Nonprofitcourses.live. And the of course you kind of quit. I'm always and actually one thing that I have each of my sections, so like fundraising courses, or fundraisingcourses.com, grants courses, the nonprofit, nonprofit courses.live. I've taken a lot of my search pages that are very specific and given them their own easy to remember URL.
Okay, so that's https nonprofitcourses.live.
Yes, that's just for the live events page. Otherwise, it's nonprofit.courses for the whole, for everything.
Okay.
And then at the top, you'll see a bunch of panels that say fundraising, HR, accounting, small and startup nonprofits, things like that. And then you just click through on that and you will be taken to what I call a focused search page on that particular subject that has just content that we've indexed for that page.
That is awesome. So how did the summit get started?
Well, last spring, I was approached by this fella with this platform called Gatherly, and he was interested in kind of expanding what he was doing a little more. It's relatively new. It's I think a year or two old, and it is an online conference center, and the people running it actually are not software people. It's great software. They got some really good background on that, people working on that. But these are people who have run conferences, live, real conferences.
Oh, wow.
And they know what that high touch it takes to make a conference work. So what they've done is bring that experience into the online world. You go to like a big ballroom, you might put in quotes in the beginning, and then you're able to take an elevator. Think of me putting all these in there, right? An elevator down to a floor where you're going to see a speaker, and then maybe another floor where you'll see a bunch of networking tables. Actually, that's our plan. Networking tables on fundraising, on marketing, on small and startup nonprofits, on grants, a bunch of different subjects there, so that you can meet speakers. You can also meet people who are your fellow attendees, right?
So they're doing all of this virtually, right?
Yes.
So you're replicating the experience that you would have literally in a live event.
Yeah. So this all sounded so cool to me. And I checked out the software and I thought, oh, I want to be part of this. And so, and plus, Nonprofit.Courses has 200 content experts on any number of things.
Wow.
And so, like you got, right, I pitched this out to everybody and I said, hey, you want to do this? And honestly, I didn't think, I really didn't know how many I'd get. And we ended up with 70.
Wow.
In a wide variety of things, largely fundraising and marketing, but a lot of other good topics too. And so here we are. And then Victoria Boyd of the Philanthropy Trade.
Philantrade? I don't know.
No, Philantrepreneur Foundation. Except
right.
got a TR in there someplace. Victoria Boyd. She runs nonprofit impact summits. She has some really great experience with this stuff. She's been an extremely valuable partner. And so, and we decide, hey, let's do this together. And so she's a big part of it too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you give us, I guess, a summary of the agenda, the types of speakers, the type of...
Glad to. So, in fact, I'm just going to, I'll scroll down my list of folks we have. Like we have Kathy Allen, who, in fact, we have a lot of, and I say Kathy Allen, we're talking about board governance and things, a lot of people talking about board work. Oh, that's really popular.
That's important. I got 2 calls from people wanting board development just this past week. So yeah, that's a hot topic.
So there you go. We have Michelle Baker and a handful of people who are going to be talking about volunteer work. And that's very interesting to me. I have found that, that I come out of the fundraising world, and so of course we use volunteers for things, right? But there's this whole parallel silo of people who are just volunteer managers, and you probably know this. A lot of people do,
Yeah.
but they have their own thing going. Well, we've managed to pull a nice handful of those people into this to really focus on the management of volunteers. Michelle is one of them. Sydney Ennis, Ennis from Tennessee, works with the Tennessee Department of Aging and Disability, who has a really great webinar series. She's going to be with us. We have Becky Barton, who is an HR expert specifically with nonprofits.
Oh,
Um,
excellent.
Victoria's, we're going to be talking about AI, as is Brantley Boyett, as is Kevin Harden. A good number of how to make AI work for you sessions in a variety of things. Planned giving, I think there's one in HR, other fundraising things. Let's see, Ellen Bristol, who is going to be talking about donor profiling, which honestly is something I think is huge, and that everybody who runs fundraising for nonprofits needs to know about profiling donors
Oh,
and being
excellent.
able to find the right people, for you. Let's see, who else here? Orletta Caldwell, a new content expert of ours, from Paperwork to Power, Building Sustainable Nonprofits That Matter. We have, let's see, running down here. Dawn Crawford, who put out some really funny videos on just nonprofit culture. And she's going to be talking about aligning communications with strategic goals. Jake Chase is going to be talking about federal grants and how to work with those, which I think is really going to be interesting given these days. Let's see, Catherine Earhart, how to launch an endowment, which is really important for a lot of folks. I'll skip down here. Phil Goodhart, who is a direct mail guru. And, direct mail isn't gone. It's really important part of the mix. And a lot of people
Really?
write it off. Yeah, literally. It's actually kind of a breakthrough technology, right? Because if you look at how many emails, how much social media we see, and yet you go out to your mailbox, and I mean, like, do I get 5 pieces of mail a day? Maybe. And 2 or 3 of them are for my parents.
Right.
And so I just, you can get attention with.
Well, thank you. I wondered if people still read it.
Well, they should be, and especially postcards, because
Right.
like we were talking about in the warm up, the QR code, I think really broke through during the pandemic. But the QR code is a great way of transitioning people's mail into electronics, because they might get the postal piece of mail, but they're going to make their gift online. And that just the postal mail reinforces things. Have a number of speakers on events. Actually, here's somebody you ought to get to know just because of the name of the organization. Joey Goon is with Utopia Experience.
Yes. Yeah, he sent me a LinkedIn an invitation. So I do need to hook up with him. Yes.
Joey and his wife, really good folks. Met them when they were here in Philadelphia a little while ago. And I think he's got a lot of good things to say about events, as well as honestly, I got a lot of other people like AJ Steinberg's going to be talking about events too, and she's really well known for that. And kind of akin to events, we have a couple of people talking about auctions, which should be interesting.
Okay, now question for you. Now, when you register, I mean, there's over 70 events. This is what, 8 hours?
Yeah. So
events, over 50 workshops, over 7.
Right. So what you can do is just, go through the day, pick out what you want. So the base price is $27, and that's your day's thing. Plus we've scheduled in some overage. So if you want to go back and look at a few that were recorded or something, that's fine. You can do that. especially for the West Coast folks, that's really helpful.
Okay, so when you register, do you have to let folks know as you're registering where
No,
you're going? Okay,
no,
you
no, no.
can
Just
just skip
go
around.
whichever one you want to at whatever time. But if you want to go for the 47 premium, where you're going to have access to everything for a while. I forget how long we set it up, but it's going to be, for at least a month or so to go back and pick out the ones you missed, maybe see one, show somebody else something that you thought was cool, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. So once you have access, you can share it with other people.
Well, I mean, through your own login, yeah.
Yeah.
But you would at the $47, have 70 videos
Yeah, that is awesome
to
to
check out.
have access for. So who should attend this summit?
Oh my gosh. Who shouldn't attend this?
Right.
Really?
You have something for everybody.
Well, really, that was kind of so. A couple things going on here. First of all, being our first, right? We opened it up, made anybody who well, not anybody wanted to present, but we wanted to make sure there was enough out there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is volunteers. This is staff. Entry level staff to senior level staff. I think there's good opportunities for everybody, especially some of the new technology stuff like the AI thing, right? Like I know Kevin Harden, everybody, but I think Kevin in particular focuses on people who really need to understand what it is,
Mm-hmm.
the fundamentals of it. Then staff, volunteers, board members, I think would benefit from this. And we tried to make it at a really affordable price. So it's not going to break your nonprofit's bank. It's not like you're paying somebody $500 for all this, or, you're spending a plane ticket or whatever. You can hang out at your computer most of the day and watch what's going on. And, and by the way, the one thing a couple things I think are cool. Right. Is we're going to have nonprofit trivia.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be fun. People.
What was your major? You seem to love history. And I'm just talking.
Oh, I do. I am a geek about that. No, I didn't major in history. I probably should have. But I majored in super ancient history called geology and paleontology.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
You need to meet my friend in Chicago, Sherry Meyer. She's a
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I ever get to talk about that, it's like donor erosion. But then the other thing we have is networking tables.
Okay.
So networking tables, we're going to have a table on fundraising. We're going to have a table on marketing. We're going to have a table on grants, a table on small nonprofits, a table on back office things. I know I'm missing a couple. Okay. But the idea, though, is that between sessions are only 30 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And so, because one thing I have learned with Nonprofit.Courses is less is more. Okay. That, getting 30 minutes, that's kind of an average TV show, right? In fact, that's actually with commercials. If they're pull out the commercials, they're like 20 minutes. So 30 minutes and then 15-minute Q&A, or you can go over to the networking area and meet people and, enjoy talking to folks.
Okay. So is that structured networking or you just show up?
A bit of, just show up, but in fact, if people don't know nonprofit executives, I will give them a shout out. Nonprofit executives, go on Eventbrite and look it up. They are a fellow Lee Tucker, Leigh Tucker, out of an accounting firm in Boston. Well, he's in Boston, Clifton Larson Allen. I guess they're more of a Midwest firm, but he runs this national networking group. And so point is, Lee is going to be facilitating the conversations at the networking area. So he'll drop into one of the tables and kind of, get people started, maybe things like that. So yeah, that's where the networking stuff is going. Plus, I don't know if your viewers might know Tasha Van Vlack. She runs the nonprofit Hive, which is like Lee's group. I think of as a cast of thousands, a Zoom meeting with all these folks. Tasha's program, the nonprofithive.com, I guess, is a one-to-one every week. So think of it as drip networking. So you will, every Thursday morning, noon, or afternoon Eastern time, you get lined up with one person. You go on the platform, you get to have an exactly 30-minute conversation because she's defined the term hard stop. Boom, that's it, you're done. And you get to meet people from literally all over the world. I've had conversations with folks in Africa, and parts of Canada, and all over the US. Yeah, been neat.
Oh, wow. Is this something you plan to do every year?
Yeah, we're going to do it again in some iteration. I don't know if we're going to do quite the big thing. We'll find out. But I'm thinking maybe we will start focusing a little more, like do one on AI, say, or one on fundraising, or a particular kind of fundraising, or whatever. We'll work through all that. That's. But honestly, right now, the objective is to survive till next week.
This planning something this big is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. Well, there's been some good lessons, and that's fine. That's kind of what I expected.
Okay, so if I were attending, I bought a ticket, and I didn't feel really confident with technology. Is there somebody there who can?
Yeah. Actually, the Gatherly people are really good. They will have folks, just like a concierge at a hotel. Right? We're going to help people navigate and learn. And honestly, once you get the hang of it, it's like anything else. It's really not that tough. But the one thing that I have found that I still get stumbled on sometimes is you don't drag. You set up an icon in the beginning. So as you enter, you have an option of taking your picture, and then that picture becomes your icon. And then instead of dragging your icon to a place you want to be, you click on that place and you watch it move to there.
Okay.
That's, to me, it's funny. That's probably the most complicated part of this.
Okay, good.
I'm wanting to drag it around and boom, I'm there.
Yes. Reminds me of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Beam me up, Scotty.
You can beam to a lot of places in this little virtual environment. Yeah.
Oh, I can hardly wait. This will be my first experience. I think I've gone to virtual conferences, but this sounds more involved in anything.
Well, and actually, there's one more thing that folks will find interesting, I hope. We are going to employ what's called Boardy. So Boardy is a relatively new technology where you sign up for it. And in our case, Boardy will only work within the people in the conference who sign up for it. You can go outside of that if you want, if you elect to, but we're telling folks, and it's only going to be those people. And it's an AI that after a few interview questions will set you up with other people in that group who have similar interests that you might want to meet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. So you're going to be facilitating a workshop as well.
Actually, no.
Oh, I thought you were going to facilitate. Okay.
I decided
all this work.
I could, but you know what? I just oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
Oh my, yeah.
I mean, and if anybody wants me to, they got a group you want me to talk to, most fundraising topics are fine. The other day I did one for somebody on education and professional development and kind of helping people kind of see that, get some perspective on that. But I'm happy to do them. It's just that I couldn't imagine with all the other stuff.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna put in a shameless plug for mine.
Okay,
yeah. First, I want to say thank you so much for inviting me. It's an honor. It's a pleasure.
You're right up there at the top of the list. Not a problem.
Thank you. And I need to have you back for at least one other thing. outside of this because I'm listening to all that you know, right? And my network needs to know a little bit of what you know. So I'll be
Happy to
calling. Great. So I'm going to be facilitating the Balanced Scorecard Advantage, turning
Mm,
strategy into measurable impact.
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I think most of us in nonprofit have experienced strategic planning, and sometimes it could be analysis paralysis, strategy ad nauseum. You know, we get so bogged down in, I guess, the pre-planning and the analysis that we don't always get to a streamlined process. And then when we do get our strategic plan going, right, it might sit on the shelf.
Yeah,
Why?
I was just thinking that. Here you go. And there's your plan.
Yes, there you go. Right. And we want to avoid that, right?
Right.
That's some expensive work. It's a lot of work that goes into it, right? And you don't want to waste your money. You don't want to waste your time. So we're going to show folks how to do a streamlined strategic plan and a strategic planning process that you can actually use. It's really a strategic management framework as opposed to just planning. So we're going to show you how to do a strategy map and also how to do a report card so that you can monitor this plan. You know, because I've had experiences. We've done all that work, had these big fat binders, right? But we couldn't tell you where we were in the process. So this.
Yeah. Well, so many people at the end of a process go, whew. And then it just, the thought of doing something else,
Yes.
it's kind of, I think it's a lot like our parents would have told us, right? That the job isn't done until the cleanup is finished.
Yes.
And you have to, you're going to do all this job, right? And it's not really cleanup, but the implementation though is part of that plan. And really it's the essential part. I mean, the thinking is always important, but yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. And and we want to give you some tools that you can use once you leave. So I think it'd be a good 30 minutes well spent. So if folks have some time, please stop by and
or get the premium package, go see something else and catch it on the premium one.
I love
and watch it again and again and again so that you actually do it.
Yes indeed. Yes indeed.
Yeah, is there anything else I can tell you about? Well, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
Sponsorship.
Mm.
Is there still time? If you want
There
to
is. Yes, there is. Actually, we have available sponsor booths that will allow a sponsor to kind of set up their wares, you might say, and be able to get some one-on-one focus time for people who are interested in whatever it is they're offering. So yeah, that's again kind of like a real conference center,
Oh wow! So these would be the people at the booths, and if they have something to sell, they can do that.
They can do that. They can do it as kind of a visibility lead magnet thing. Yeah, they have something that they a product that would be helpful to folks. Sure, that's what they're there for.
Okay, and what are the various levels for sponsorship?
Let's see. Boy, now there.
I got the sense that it was, it's more than one or two options.
There's a. Oh my gosh! Now let me quick find it here.
And if
go ahead. I'm sorry.
If not, I might be able to find it. How about this?
Actually, it's on the sign up page.
Okay.
Because you're able to sign up for the sponsorship as you are signing up for everything else. And so it is supporter is 300, sponsor is 600, and visionary is 1,200.
Okay.
And each of them come with their variety of things, shout outs, and like I said, booths and all that. So
okay. So that's very reasonable. I mean, the price, for the price that you're charging for admission, the prices that you're charging for sponsorship, you just can't beat it.
Yeah, well, we want people to be part of it. That's really what it comes down to. Because, and let's face it, nonprofits, especially these days, are pinched.
Yeah.
They're having access to good information is really important. That's kind of the ethic behind Nonprofit.Courses, anyhow.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's make it happen.
Okay. I'm going to open it up for Q&A. If
Yeah, please.
there's anyone who has a question, feel free to post your comment, your question, let us know where you're from and all that good stuff. And we do realize that there's a delay between what we're saying and
Mm.
might be posting.
That old what was it, the radio talk show 7-second delay, so you can quick hit button.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So it doesn't look like there are any questions live. If by any chance you're watching the recording, please feel free to post any questions or
Yeah,
comments. If you're interested in registering, you can
yeah,
use the
you have
QR.
the link, right? And so you can place that link attached to things. It's and it's going to help keep this ball rolling and help Valerie too. So
Yeah, I think it's a win-win for everybody.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to meeting new people. I'm looking forward to, and it's interesting. You learn by presenting. Every time I present, I don't care how many times I've been doing this stuff for years, right? And some material I present over and over and over and over again. But every time I present it, I learn something and I apply it, use it
yep.
with my clients and all of that good stuff.
Well, in a couple of ways. First of all, you get really good questions sometimes, and that's
Yeah.
helpful. But
Mm.
also, I find even stuff I've presented a number of times, or like there's a course I was thinking of the course I wrote on grant writing, Thomas Edison State University. I teach that
Mhm.
now, and I will think of different things, even though like I made up this one scenario on something, and a new synapse will connect. Like, oh, I could talk about that through this. You know,
Mm.
so teaching and presenting is always helpful. And honestly, who in the nonprofit world doesn't need colleagues and people to reflect things off of?
Right, right,
And
right.
that's huge. There really should be no pride in in being able to say everything, because we don't. None.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alrighty. I think I've asked you all the questions that I've had. We've given the audience an opportunity. Are there any closing comments?
Show up. Please
Yes.
come to the conference, enjoy it. If you see yourself as being a speaker sometime, check it out and see what it's about. If you come, there's going to be plenty to learn for learners. And yeah, we want to make this, but be kind. This is our first one out. We're
Yes.
going to make some mistakes. But no, I really look forward to building this into something that can carry on for a while, that people can get a lot out of.
There's one other thing that I wanted to talk about, the tracks, the 3 tracks. What are the 3
No, more than 3 now.
Oh, wow. Okay. So,
We tried, not 100%, because you may have gotten an email, which apparently I messed up the name on. It says "Dear F name." This is why I need to leave these to my assistant instead of me. But anyhow, we try to line things up kind of sequential. So more or less all the event stuff is together. The fundraising stuff is together. The grant stuff is kind of together that way. So I think we have 10 tracks or lines of these things now, because there's 7 or 8,
wow.
like, right, 7 times 10 is 70, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
things nonprofit. Very ambitious. I'm proud to be a part of it. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for pulling this together.
no,
It's
this is great.
definitely it.
Certainly kept me hopping. No, it's great. I've enjoyed it. Really, just ask my wife. No.
It'll be interesting to hear her perspective.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. No, it's been good.
Oh, just all right. Yeah, I thought of another reason I need to contact you offline. So
You're going to talk to her.
that's true. Oh, oh my goodness. All right. So this has been wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
I've enjoyed it. Always, thank you very much. And
Oh,
it's been too long.
ah, 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 ah. Christy. Hey, Christy, how are you? I'm so glad you caught us because we were about to sign off. Christy, this is virtual. It's online
Yep.
and it's
If you want to
virtual.
do it, you'll see the platform at gatherly.io. So it's it is, as close as I've seen, a real conference center on your computer screen. You will go into a main ballroom, and then you will be able to go down the floors with an elevator that will take you to speakers on each floor. And then we have a networking floor with tables on it that you can go visit with other people. Yeah, so that's kind of the idea, to make it so it's kind of real. And like I said earlier, the folks who are hosting this, the folks at Gatherly, come from the real live conference world, as opposed to, they're not computer geeks. They know what service is all about.
Oh, that's funny. Um, you see Christy's comment. She
No,
said,
no.
"Oh, good." When you said they're not computer geeks,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
she says, "Oh, that's good."
yeah.
And it's virtual, and maybe she was saying it's good because it's virtual as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you don't have to be a computer geek.
Yeah, it does take a little bit to get to know the platform, but once you're in it, especially as a user, Valerie, you might find a little more to learn. But,
Okay. Yes. I definitely, yeah. I was just thinking about that now. I hope I didn't miss the session. I need to go to that session where I can learn.
Yep,
So,
that's tomorrow.
oh, okay, good. I will definitely be there. All right, Christy, did you have any questions? Is there anyone else who had any questions before we sign off? I'm so glad to see you, Christy. Christy has gone through one of our programs in capacity building. She herself is a CFRE. Christy might be someone, who could present, at the next one at some point.
Yeah, please go.
Awesome people.
Yeah, send a note to me at conference at Nonprofit.Courses. That'd be fine.
Okay.
Or if you have any questions about the program, conference at Nonprofit.Courses.
Okay. Okay. That was great. All righty. It doesn't look like we have any more questions, and Christy caught us just in time. And we're off to the races. We're going to finish our holiday. Happy Indigenous Peoples
Today is Thanksgiving in Canada. And
yes.
I'm reminded of that because Gatherly is a Canadian company. And I sent him a note and said, "Hey, enjoy your day. Get to work tomorrow." Let's go.
Awesome. And Christy said, "No more from me." Good. At least for now. But then, if she does have any questions, she can ask.
Not a problem.
And Christy, we hope to see you. We really do. All righty. So there being no further questions, I've gotten all of my questions answered. You've been awesome. You demystified the summit. We're looking forward to it. And I'm hoping we get a good Chicago contingent.
Me too. I think it'll be fun.
Yes, all indeed. All right. You take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye.